Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan, alongside Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And we've got David Aldridge, our Hall of Famer, patrolling the sidelines. And Stan, as he enters his prime, Jason Tatum is shooting to become the face of the NBA.
Yeah, and Kevin, he knows winning is the key. For a star player on a great team, learning that balance, when to take over and when to set up your teammates is a big part of it.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Thunder shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Greg, we've got two of the top offensive teams in this one.
Yeah, but my focus is on the other end tonight, defense. The team that can come up with just a few timely stretches of stops, I think they win.
On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Hartenstein in the corner. 5 to shoot. And shot on the way. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Pass to Holiday. The kick out to Tatum. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
How about the attitude Tatum has? I mean, if he has room to shoot, he is going to let it fly.
Celtics foul.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Holiday. And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go.
The classic combo guard, Gilgeous-Alexander, is effective in the two-man game, especially on that first option, taking it himself.
And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Thunder on D. And here's Holiday. Brown outside. Dort grabs the miss. Stan, you talk about a stacked roster. It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
Excellent job finishing on the inside. Tatum doesn't fear going in amongst the threes.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Now here's Tatum. He's got 6. Tatum draws the double. Here's Porzingis. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game. That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Wants to get it to Holmgren and does. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Well, there's plenty of scorers on the Celtics, but Jason Tatum says, I'm going to get my shots. It's just about trusting the process. From experience, I understand that I'm good enough that I can relax and defer a little bit. Then in the fourth, I can score 20 in the quarter. Kevin, sounds like he's figured it all out.
Thank you so much. You know, he can take over at any time, and it's fun to watch. DA, we thank you for that. Over in the corner, Williams. Inside. Holmgren gets the bucket.
And looking to get stronger, Holmgren fights through the bump. Tons of time for him to grow into that frame.
Pass to Porzingis. Here's the three. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander fires the three. And Boston with the rebound.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Williams. Again, the Thunder score.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Pass to Porzingis. Back to Tatum. The three. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Here's Holmgren. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. It's a tie game in Oklahoma City. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And what stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
Clock at 6. So they take the lead. Williams has got the lead up to 3 now for the Thunder.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
The deep three from Tatum. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Second shot opportunity. Hartenstein can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 3. To the paint. Tatum. The kick out to Holiday. And here's Tatum for 3. The shot, no good. On offense, here are the Thunder. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Pass to Holmgren. Porzingis with the steal. Here's White. Uses the glass to finish the layup. White's got his first basket.
And Tatum is all about doing what's best for the team. Superb as a ball mover in terms of finding his teammates.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Here's Tatum. The kick out to Brown. No good from outside. The Thunder with the lead. And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hardworking. I don't even think he realized he could be this good.
At the line for the Celtics.
Here we are, Stan, seeing more and more great international players in the NBA. And you've had a chance to coach some of the good ones as well.
Well, yeah, look, Kevin, you're right about the league now. We see every year, it seems like, the MVP is an international player. I had Hedo Turkoglu as a big part of what we did in Orlando.
Yes.
Was a most improved player in the league one year and a key part of our team that made it to the finals. 6'10", highly skilled, very versatile guy. There are great players coming from everywhere in the world.
Oklahoma City trailing. Williams with the ball. He has 5. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That one is on Holiday.
And I would not be surprised to see them double him up here.
The Thunder shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Out to White. Shot clock at 3. They get it again. Count it. Porzingis has got the game tied up here for the Celtics.
And that's what Porzingis has to do. Use his size and length on the offensive glass.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. There it is, his second make of the game. He's missed 5.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
1:56 left in the first half of basketball.
Tatum good for at least one highlight finish a night. This guy is box office.
Now Caruso. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And give credit to Holmgren for jumping all over that opportunity, putting his length to great use.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the 2 J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
That, David, remember a couple of years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. Well, they're still together.
Let's see the dance moves. Now into the lineup for your Thunder.
1:10 left to play here in the half. Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. Pass to Hartenstein. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Nailed from three-point land. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points in the quarter.
This is why SGA is a focal point of this offense, because of that ability to score. And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Now here's Williams. 8 points for him. Drives to the hoop. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Second team foul.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Oklahoma City shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. And he makes both free throws. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. It's White on the wing. From past the arc. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. White's got 7 points. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Williams up on top. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot comes out. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Celtics lead by 1. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He wants to talk to his guys. We've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Hey, Stan, we've heard talk about players not heaving up a shot at the buzzer to protect their shooting percentage. Have you run into that at all?
Oh, Kevin, that definitely happens. Players are concerned about all of those numbers, shooting percentages being one of them, because they become a factor in contract negotiations. But they have to realize, number one, you've got to do what gives your team a chance to win. And number two, with all the analytics, teams separate out what they call heaves at the end of quarters.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
Time for your Thunder Girls. Come on, everyone, make some noise. Let's get a round of applause for your Thunder Girls dance team.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Screen by Hartenstein. Here's Holmgren. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Holiday. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. People in the know how good of a defender he is. And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game. And you watch Jason Tatum. Year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Now, here's Dort. Still scoreless. Just 5 to shoot. Pulls up on the elbow. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
And he had a good look, and Gilgeous-Alexander made it pay off.
Outside Tatum. Launches it. The three is drilled by Tatum.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
Yeah, you can see it in the hustle stats. These guys have come out with a different mindset and seem much more motivated here in the second half.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. After Jason Tatum getting his shot to go from deep. Shot from the wing. Offensive rebound. Here's Holmgren. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, good for 3. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 12.
Money in the bank. Gilgeous-Alexander is more than happy to try his luck from that spot.
To the middle. Brown. And the rejection by Holmgren. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis. Holmgren the screen. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Back to Hartenstein. Oklahoma City moving it around. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And good that time. He's got 14.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Tatum on the wing. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And this is his second trip to the line tonight. And that one falls for Tatum.
And it's the attention to detail that sets Tatum apart from most players in our league.
Pass to Hartenstein. For the tie. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Jaylen Brown.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
He's made one and missed one so far in the game.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Brown outside. Boston, no good that time either. Oklahoma City trailing. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Brown.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 14. Here's Williams. And Williams throws it down. Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
Pass to Holiday. .109 left to play here in the third. Outside, White. In the corner, Tatum with it. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And it's the Thunder with the ball. They lead by 1. Williams looking around. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Well, anytime you can get a good look close in like that, it's always your best option.
Outside, Porzingis bangs home the trifecta. Porzingis has got 5 points in the quarter.
The reflexes on Porzingis can surprise you. For a big, he plays with great quickness.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. We've got 33 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got 16 points.
He's creating good looks and shooting very efficient.
Mr. Porzingis. The tray. Rebound by Williams. And it's Williams with the ball for the Thunder. A 2-point game. Over in the corner, Dort. Good on the 3-point shot. Dort got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Lets the 3 fly. The third quarter comes to a close. It's the Thunder up 5. And for 2K Sports, we'll be back here.
The Celtics, 36.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Celtics trail by 5. Pass to Hauser. Launches a 3. Here's Craig. Rebound by Williams. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. And there's the call on Chet Holmgren. That's foul number 2 for him.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Listened in on what Joe Mazzulla told his team. He told his players, I need you to play smarter out there. You're in a rush right now, and that's why we're behind. Slow things down. Run our plays. We'll see if that tempo shifts at all. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, David. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Celtics trail by 5. Pass to Hauser. From deep. Here's Porzingis. Now Tatum. Kept alive. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
Yeah, the score is also the result of quality defense. These teams are almost doing more on that end.
Off the inbound pass. Holmgren gets the bucket.
And great job from Holmgren. I like when he shows confidence attacking inside.
Pass to Hauser. And there's the call on Lou Dort. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Sinks the triple. Porzingis has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Keep getting it to this man. I mean, once Porzingis catches fire, there is no putting that out.
Holmgren the screen. Williams can't hit.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
The Thunder with the lead. Here's Holmgren. That shot is off. Nice D from Porzingis. Here's Tatum to tie it up. Inside, Tatum.
Well, you know Jason Tatum can score, and that's exactly what he's done thus far.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Off the mark from 16 feet out. And here's Boston. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Great job by Tatum in close.
And look at the focus. I mean, Tatum's not going to allow the defense to overwhelm him. Simply keeping his eyes on the bucket there and cashing in down low.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Picked by Williams. 6 to shoot. The Thunder with another miss. The Celtics with the lead. Porzingis with the ball. Dort covering. Back to Porzingis.
Well, just doing an excellent job defensively. Using his body to disrupt the shot and then get control of the loose ball.
Pass to Holmgren. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander.
2 minutes.
Outside, Williams. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Here are the Celtics with the ball. The lead is 2. And here is Tatum. Fires for 3. Rebound by Williams. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Will it go? And it's wide right. It's off the rim. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Right side Tatum. Powell Holiday trying to free himself up.
Already set the Summer League record for blocks in his first game. Holmgren, one of the best young shot blockers in the league.
Now the Thunder with it. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Driving inside. Stolen by Holiday. Here's Brown. The kick out to Tatum. Goes up again. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. There's a screen by Williams to tie it up. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Yes! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
For the finish. Money!
And what a shot from Gilgeous-Alexander. This guy isn't afraid of the moment. Wow.
Pass to Hauser. Now Tatum. He's guarded by Williams. It's Dort on the wing. So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one.
Hey, it was a good game, bro, man. Thanks.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
Well, folks, that's gonna do it for now. So for Stan Van